our guests to be comfortable. I'm talking about, okay.
Oh, you want
to
don't care
about
me.
Here,
you don't care.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm good.
Burn him up.
Yeah, right.
I don't care about him. Just want to make sure you're fine over there.
I'm good.
All right.
I can't win for losing.
Yeah. Okay, can we get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you have everything?
We're all good. We're on everything now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rolanda, and we're on top Atlanta. I'm sorry, and we have a special guest in my passenger side, Sugarbert, who is with. He's the owner of Paul Murphy Boxing Club. Are you in Tucker or Champlin?
I'm right in Dorville.
Dorville. I'm all off.
Oh yeah.
But it's in the same.
Right across
vicinity.
from it is right across from the Dorville MARTA station.
Okay.
So you can walk out of the train station, and we're right across the street.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just dive in right quick, because I know I have a lot of men followers.
Okay.
Who are interested in boxing. So
Absolutely.
Tell us about yourself and your show. I mean your facility.
Well,
that
I've been involved in boxing for about 35 years. Started when I was 13 years of age. Competed in the Golden Gloves, won a couple Golden Gloves and some Sunshine State, Florida games. Came up to Georgia, continued boxing. Had about roughly between a little more than 60 some odd fights before I actually kind of retired out of boxing and
60.
Switched over to the training side and promoting side of it and running the gym. But our gym is a gym that professional boxers and amateur boxers come in, and we take them from we're a grassroots program, so we take boxers as early as 5 years of age. They start competing at 8 in amateur boxing, and we train them up and get them ready to have that. A lot of them come in with that Olympic dream, wanting to be on the Olympic team.
So why did you get into boxing? Why did you select that?
Well, it was a dare, actually. A friend and I, we were kind of playing basketball, and another friend passed by and said, "Hey, I'm on the way to the boxing gym," and I just simply said, "Hey, where you going?" And he was like, "I'm going to box." I said, "You can't box. You don't know anything about me. You was that guy." Right. And he was like, "Yeah, I box. Down at the Park and Rec facility in Lauderhill." And I said, "You can't." And he said, "I beat you." And so it was a dare.
Yeah, that's what.
And so I left the basketball court immediately, went home and said, "Hey, Mom, I want to run down to the Lauderhill to the park." And she was like, "Go ahead." And so I went down there. Needless to say, I got my butt whipped, and I was there every day. Really? When the doors opened after school, I was there training and getting ready.
And you started at what age?
13.
13. Okay, so when you before I ask that question, where did you get the name Sugarbert from?
Well, coming out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right next to Miami, you had the old 5th Street gym that was there. When I got involved in boxing, I moved pretty quick. So it was, they kind of felt like I had a little something, and so they started training me, and I would go down to 5th Street gym, had an opportunity of seeing some of the great fighters of all time train, and one of my favorite was Sugar Ray. So of course, as a young, up and rising kind of boxer, you're going to pull somebody's style and try to make that your own. So I pulled Sugar Ray's style, and I kind of made that style my own, and that's the one that I adapted. And so from that, Sugar was there a couple of times, and I was in camp with him. He threw some shoes away. I grabbed the shoes and put them on and mimicked him, and hence that's the name, Sugarbert Boxing.
Oh,
Sugarbert.
okay.
So
Sugarbert.
they gave me that name.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'm just gonna attack the issue with boxing.
Yeah.
So boxing is not as, I guess, popular. There's kind of like this crisis that's going on with boxing.
Well, I think that's some people's perception. I think boxing is alive and well, and it's actually it's on a revitalization. I mean, I think a lot of people thought that boxing was dead and dormant. Right. And then they saw the big Mayweather and Pacquiao fight and said, "Hey, how did Floyd make $400 and some odd $million and walk away with that?" And promoters, so the entire fight was almost $1 billion fight. So boxing was never dead. It was it wasn't really dormant. I think a lot of people were paying more attention to MMA.
So
and
what
not
is
really.
MMA? Because a lot of
MMA
women
is
don't know.
mixed martial arts.
Okay.
So it's the guys and the young ladies that are getting in the cages and they're kind of grabbing. They have wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all of that goes into their training.
Okay.
So boxing, of course, is the sweet science. We stay up on our feet. We're taught to hit and not get hit. So from that perspective, I think people realize that, hey, once they saw Floyd back in there and things started going, you know, I think people realize that boxing, it's never really been dead. It was just maybe a little dormant in some people's minds. And what we've got to do from a perspective is boxing has never taken off like the high school football or college football.
So
or
why do you
college
say
basketball.
that? Why do you say it has never taken off?
Well, it's never taken off from a sense of, you know, boxing is a small, to be comparing to those type of organizations, high school and football. You get the huge alumni. You see the Alabama game, and you see, you know, a stage of, a stadium of 40,000 or 50,000 plus people. You know, very rarely do you see that in an amateur boxing event. You only see, you know, 1,000 people that may come out to a show. Rather than a 40,000 to see a college game.
Well, now, so maybe that's what I'm saying, and we're talking about the same thing as far as it being in dormant, because back in the day, Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard and George Foreman and Leon Spinks and Michael Spinks and they drew crowds, and
Absolutely.
that was a time when it was big.
And I think
so. There is a difference
it
now. You know, when you walk into a bar, you see nothing but football and basketball and football.
Yeah.
But it used to be very prevalent, like very popular back then. So
well, I think what happened.
What can we do? Not to cut you off. What can we do differently? What are you doing to make that shift?
We've been trailblazers in boxing. Since I've gotten involved in now doing more amateur boxing tournaments. One of the big things that was missing that you're talking really about was the ABC and NBC TV. You know, back in the day when we grew up, we saw Sugar Ray Leonard fighting on TV. He was still an amateur.
Right.
I mean, you know, we saw Muhammad Ali and those guys in the Golden Gloves. I mean, those things were televised on NBC and ABC. So on Saturday, we wake up, we see our cartoons, and then boom, we saw boxing. And we as kids growing up, we could see ourselves, hey, I want to do that.
Right.
You know, well, amateur boxing fell off from that. So it fell off from being on regular ABC, NBC, you know, ESPN, Spike One, or, you know, I mean, it fell off from that. And what we're trying to do, and what Sugarbert Boxing Promotions is going to do, is bring amateur boxing back to the TV. Put it back on regular.
How are you going to do that?
How are we going to do that? We're going to continue building the crowds. We're going to continue building the sponsorship. We're going to continue making people aware of this, of boxing and amateur boxing. And it's an Olympic sport. You know, boxers are getting, you know, they're able to go off and win a gold medal. I mean, it's something that should be, you know, so it's bringing families together, making people connect with what's going on, putting the boxers, the amateur boxers, 8-year-old Jody, you know, in front of the camera and letting him talk to, you know, be happy about not only is he boxing, but telling it to his school, telling it to his classmates, getting up saying, hey, I'm gonna be an Olympian. We're gonna make it so that everyone's happy and proud of that type of moment, and the kids start sharing. So I think that if we bring a little fun, keep a little fun in it, you know, the awards and plaques and belts that they're able to come in and compete, bringing in the media, making media day on your first day, I think those things are gonna do it.
So are you the only boxing studio in Atlanta, or?
Oh no, there's many.
There's
other boxing, you've got gyms that are here, that are prevalent all around the state of Georgia. So you've got, you know, Terry Moss, which is on Buford Highway. You've got Mickey. Mickey's Boxing is on Buford Highway. You have Paul Delgado, who's in Roswell. You've got Macon Boxing in Macon, Georgia. Valdosta has boxing. Augusta has boxing, where you have Ray Whitfield over at Augusta Boxing Club. He runs that program. There's a lot of Rick Carrillo down in Columbus, Georgia. There's boxing all over.
Are they black owned? Are you the only black owned?
Well, no. I'm not the only black owned. Now we've got a lot of Hispanics that are involved in owning gyms. Carlos over in Union City, he's from Mexico. He owns a boxing gym. Mickey, you know, he's Panamanian. He owns a boxing gym. There are a lot of African American persons that own gyms like myself, you know, around the area. We've gotten, you know, but there's so much diversity in Atlanta that there's so many more people now that have gotten in and started doing boxing.
So what about but you want to do something a little different.
Absolutely.
You said you wanted to involve tournaments. And how many do you have a year?
We have 4 tournaments currently right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So we do them. We spread them out in the regions, and we take basically like, for example, this year we already have Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that will be there June 9th through the 11th. We have Augusta, Georgia / Columbia County. Will be there August 25th through the 27th. And then we've got Kissimmee, Florida, which is our final destination, and that will be November the 17th through the 21st. We've got some that are before then. I don't want to kind of let those out the bag yet, but we're trying to close those deals as we speak to get those cities locked in.
Okay.
But we're going out from not only 17, but extending it out to 18 and 19 and 20.
Okay.
So we'll be back in, for example, in 18, we'll be back in Punta Gorda, Florida. We'll be back in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what's going to make your tournaments different from all the other tournaments?
Well, one of the things that we do, first, we basically, our events are sanctioned through USA Boxing. I always consider USA Boxing the Bentley of amateur boxing, but Sugarbert Boxing is the Ferrari of amateur boxing. So we move fast. We're young, we're vibrant, we're innovators. So our first day is always press day, media day. We have celebrities like Evander Holyfield that's there. We have the city CVBs that come in and they talk about, the attractions that we give free tickets to the boxers to be able to go out and go to these parks and Dave and Buster's and Stars and Stripes and things of that nature. Go-kart tracks. We partner with all of the, when we go to a city, we make it what we call a play vacation. So families not only want to come in and have Johnny Box, but you also have them that come in. They bring their sisters and brothers, mom and dad, everybody comes in, aunts, uncles, and they all make it a vacation time.
Okay.
So we partner with cities. We look for playcation destinations first. And then from there, we regionalize those things. So like we'll be in Fort Lauderdale in June, but we'll come back up to Columbia County, Augusta in August. We invite not only the entire U.S., but we invite other countries to come in. So, for example, last year we had boxers come in from Australia. We had teams coming from the Virgin Islands, the Bahamas came in. And they don't come to just one event. They may come to all 3 of them because they want to win those belts. I've got one here with me.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
what you got.
I've got
let's
one
see
with
what
me.
you got.
Handle a cat.
Oh Lord, this is heavy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they come in for the real deal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they come in for the real deal. This is what, and we have all different designs and colors that we do at our tournament. So I just brought one in from, this one was at the Punta Gorda event down in Florida. So this was one of the qualifiers that led up to a championship. And some of the boxers, we had them in green and black at that particular location. We try to change colors and change the type of belts that they're winning. But back when I was boxing, we had a medal. We had a little medal, a trophy about this big.
This would make me want to win.
About a trophy about this big. Now you got these $200, $300 belts that they're able to come in and win, and they can take. These are things that they actually, you got to know that when a boxer 8 years old wins a belt, he's trying to let everybody know. This is what I won.
This is what I did. Yeah.
And it's bigger than half of them almost. They can't even hold it all the way up.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't even hold this thing all the way up.
Awesome.
But I think it's that Sugarbert Boxing is bringing to the table that no one else has put together a type of format like we've done.
Okay. So what about, so in terms of, you speaking about the young kids, the young ones, what do you tell a first, like an 8-year-old or the 5-year-old, what do you tell them when they get started?
I tell them have fun. That's first and foremost, because they'll get burnt out. So have fun. Enjoy this. Enjoy boxing. Boxing is a sport. Again, a lot of people talk about concussions and things of that nature, but you don't get that in boxing. Boxing, you're teaching these kids, boys and young girls, to hit and not get hit.
So what are the
to
benefits?
Block yourself.
So what are the benefits of boxing?
Oh man, you build your self-esteem up. I mean, you are, you don't feel like you can be bullied by somebody because you know how to defend yourself. You know how to defend your sister or brother. You're being taught something that is discipline and teaches you, to have routines and not be just one of these people who are not structured. Boxing is about structure. Well, from the minute they get involved in boxing, they learn, hey, this is structure. I got to watch what I eat. I got to get up in the morning and go running, or I got to go to the pool and go swimming, or I got to do both. Then I got to go to school, or I got to go to work, and or college, or wherever they're in. And then, hey, I got to go to the gym. I got to be there at a certain time. Coach is going to train me. We're going to go through a whole pad, pads, heavy bag, sparring, all of the training that I do to get prepared for something that's going to happen real soon, whether it be next week, next month, or 2 months down the road. They're getting ready for something. And even those that don't want to box and being in the gym for just want to support boxing, they'll get in there and they'll be lifelong people that want to come in and get involved because now they're eating and living healthier than what they were. They've lost 20 pounds or learned how to lose it properly. So that's what you learn. That's the good things about boxing.
So often, well, I've heard that boxing has been compared to chess.
It is. Yeah, it's not checkers. You got to think. You got to think about what's my next move. Why am I moving that way? And that's when you take a boxer. I have what we call stages. There's stages. There are levels in this thing. So when you get involved and you have a young man that gets involved, he may just learn the technique and foundation of how to place his feet first, then build it from the ground up rather than from the top down. So we're not going to teach you how to throw punches until you learn how to place your feet. The basic fundamentals of things. And so it's like when you're on the chessboard, you're thinking about your pawns, you're thinking about your castles, you're thinking about what the rook does. You do the same thing. Everything has to work individually by themselves. And then you got somebody that's your coach or your trainer, and sometimes you have 2 or 3 of them that are working with you to get you to where you need to be. And so that's the strategy of boxing. 65% of the boxers around the country are from 8 years of age to 25. And then you have another 25% that are 26 to 30. Okay? And then you have another percent that's probably about 5% that are 30, 31 years of age to 40. Then you have a small percentage that are master boxers. Because you can continue boxing as an amateur boxer 40 years old to 78.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. So we have a master division in amateur boxing that boxers are firemen, police officers, or corporate America guys that, hey, they used to box maybe when they were younger, thought about doing it. Or I met a gentleman who's now doing it because he's learning boxing for the next 60 days because he's got a match in Louisiana, and it's basically not for breast cancer, but for cancer. His brother-in-law has cancer, and he's doing it as a charity event to raise money.
Okay.
So he's got sponsors involved and all that. So people get involved in boxing for a lot of different reasons.
So how can one get involved with, like at your gym, when a lot of your participants, they weren't there yet, but
yeah.
Do you have more women? Do you have some?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of young ladies.
Really?
We have a lot of young ladies that get involved. We have, yesterday, we are part of the PAL program, the Police Athletic League.
Okay.
So our gym is Paul Murphy Boxing Gym, but we are associated, and now we are in conjunction with the PAL of DeKalb County.
Okay.
So we open it up to high school, middle school kids that are coming in that just want to come in and take out some stress. So we had probably about, when you look at boxing, there's about, I say the percentage now of young girls and young ladies that are boxing is about 20%.
Oh, really?
So it's grown from 10% to 20%. And I think it's going to get even higher because now you have, before the last 2 Olympics that we had, which was 2012 Olympics, the young ladies weren't able to compete for a medal. Now we've got Carissa Shields, who won not only the 2012 Olympics, but the 2016 Olympics. She was the only young lady that won a gold medal twice, back to back. So now you got young ladies that are able to box in the Olympics and win medals. That's going to bring boxing really to the forefront for them.
So what if I didn't want to compete?
You don't have to.
What if I just want to get the basics down, the fitness part of it? Because to me, it's that journey right there that gets you
absolutely
chiseled and
absolutely.
But what if I didn't want to do that?
You don't have to compete. There's a lot of gyms where people are just going in and train. It's a different workout from what your what your normal routines may be. You go into a boxing gym, now you're hitting the heavy bag, the speed bag, the double in bag. Not only that, you got a lot of people. There's a lot of volunteers that are that are referees, that are officials, that just want to be around the game of boxing, want to travel with this organization, whether it be Sugarbert Boxing or travel with USA Boxing, to go to these different events. They get an opportunity to be a part of that and learn more by going into the boxing gyms, working out around boxers. So, you know, there's a large grassroots movement to get people involved in boxing. We need to get people that are wanting to, you know, be a part of something positive that has a big impact on these young adults and kids.
Because I hear that you could, let's see, somebody burn about in an hour. How many calories?
Oh my God! I mean, on a 60, you talk about a 60-minute workout. You're probably going to lose you can lose 3 to 4 pounds easily. A lot of what's in your body is water weight. So a lot of when you're sweating, you're doing high cardio, when you're jump roping, which is one of the most highest cardio exercises you could do, you go in there and you do 4 rounds of jump rope. And so those 4 rounds equate to about, 12 to 15 minutes. And so you're doing that jump roping, then you come off of that and you do some shadow boxing or some light weights and do some resistant band drills. I mean, just think about taking a band, just a rubber band that you're just pulling out, for a whole 3-minute round. And you're just reaching that arm out, burning those calories.
That's, I need to build up my endurance in a major way. And my trainer, someone was telling me that you could burn at least 900 calories in 60 minutes or an hour. And be chiseled and ready for summer.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
you get boxers that we have boxers, and we don't encourage this, but this has always been something that we have done from when I was a kid to now. I'm almost, I'll be turning 50 this year. Ooh. But you have
we making 50 look good. We're making 50
there you
look
go.
Good.
So
no, I'm sorry not to cut you off. But
so you got little things that of weight loss that you can do. You've got boxers that will come in a gym, get ready to compete for a tournament, or come into a tournament and lose 3 pounds at the tournament before they weigh in and register their weight. Wow. They'll get basically what you have is they'll go running around the hotel or running around the or go into the workout facility and go on the treadmill or and so you can lose 3 to 4 pounds easily.
That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna come in.
Yeah, you gotta come try it. You gotta come try it. You gotta come try it. We'll get you in there, and we'll do we won't put you in the ring right away, so we won't. You don't have to worry about that.
I'm not trying to do that.
You don't want to get in there.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you can
shadow box.
No, you can shadow box in the ring. I mean, you don't have to get in there and fight anybody.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm
not trying to do that.
Yeah.
You get up in there,
me and him, I'll do it.
Hey, listen, you get that little twinkle in the eye.
Yeah.
Coaches, we know that little twinkle in the eye.
Put her in there with Soldier Boy. She'll be all right.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You heard about that, right?
What?
You had the whole Soldier Boy and Chris Brown.
For what?
We're gonna get in the ring. Floyd was promoting it,
really?
and they were gonna get in the ring and fight. This is supposed to be coming up. This is like real stuff going ready to happen. You got a lot of celebrities that walk around and they don't like other celebrities or brothers that don't. Yeah, they want to go ahead and get it out there.
Oh my Lord!
But guess what?
But it's happening.
But guess what?
What? It's boxing
they were getting ready to make almost $1 million, at least each one of them.
Really?
They were trying to find the venue big enough to put this in.
Okay, so you're saying they're trying? Are they doing it?
They've announced it. They're going to do it. Floyd Mayweather announced that he was going to do this real 3-round boxing match between Chris Brown, who's being trained, by the way, by Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah,
it's that serious. And Mike's got videos out there.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and then you got Soldier Boy being trained by Floyd.
Wow,
I'm serious. So don't pick anybody. Don't pick anybody yet. Let's see how they go through this 60-day training. And then we'll see what's going on.
So on an average, if someone was really serious, how long would it take for them to prepare or prep before they're considered ready to be in the ring?
You've got all different types of training, and you've got all different types of people / athletes. So you can get a guy who just walked off the football field who is an athlete. it may only take him 30, 45 days
Really?
to really learn the fundamentals. Now, he's not going to be a Floyd Mayweather or
Right.
anything like that, but just to get in the ring and compete against someone else who's equally
Okay.
has only had that amount of time. He could, you could see matches like that.
Wow.
I mean, in boxing, you don't try to overmatch a person. You really try to match them up appropriately. So,
Okay.
but you'll get somebody. Boxing's a lot of testosterone, a lot of things, a lot of egos, a lot of things
Right.
going on. Everybody wants to be the best. So you'll see people who say, hey, I'm better than this guy, and as long as the weight and the age is somewhat right, you've got somebody who could be boxing. You got people that come into my shows and to our tournaments that have 50 bouts. You've got some that have 400 bouts.
Wow.
So it just kind of depends. In Texas, California, Florida, New York, they have bouts, which we call club shows. They have those. You may have 4 of them going on in the city in a week, every week.
Every week.
Different gyms are doing them. So they're getting these boxers ready, getting them equipped, getting them confident, putting them in front of, each other and try to put them on big stages to allow them to get ready for shows like what we do, and also shows like what USA Boxing does, and going on to the Olympics. So we put them in grand ballrooms. We put them, in convention centers. We put them on college campuses and in the gymnasium. We'll have 1 ring going, 3 rings going, up to 5 rings going at one time.
You mentioned before, you were talking about going into the schools.
Yes.
To try to get
the
kids involved.
We've got
talk about that for a minute.
we've got Tucker High School. They're involved right now, and and it's growing. And DeKalb County, now it's growing out to all of DeKalb County, where we're going to be looking at Southwest DeKalb and some other schools. But basically, what we want to do is there is a college in Michigan up north where you can actually get a scholarship to go off to college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So USA Boxing does help pay for scholarships for boxers that are wanting to go. And that want to go to college. So what we want to do is we want to take some of these inner cities schools where the kids are, they've got anger issues,
frustration.
They've got frustration. They've got things that are going on, peer pressure that's totally different from what we used to have. And we want to take these guys and put them into boxing.
I think that's
we
a
want to
great
bring
idea.
the young ladies and put them in boxing.
Sorry.
Oh, that's you.
That's me. That's Mom. Call you back, Mom.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you gotta take that call.
Hey,
You gotta take that call. Mom's like, hold on, I see you.
Call you back,
I see you now. You just hung up on me.
She's probably watching me too. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you definitely, the platform that we've put together allows the schools to get these kids into boxing. Because some of them don't have money to get to box. Some of them don't even have a way to get to the boxing gym. So luckily, we're in a very good location. We're right across from the Dorville train station. So a boxer can basically jump on the train and jump off of the train, walk right across the street and jump in the gym.
Perfect location.
And then they can leave and go back home same way. So
perfect.
it's a great program that we have, and I'm really excited about what we're doing with the PAL program and how we're partnering with the high schools.
That's good because that could be a good avenue for people, for bullies.
Oh, it is. It controls that.
Yeah.
You got, I'll tell you a story about a quick little, Jaden came in the gym. Jaden's a boxer. He's been around now for a little, probably for maybe about 3 or 4 months. He's in middle school, not in high school yet. Getting picked on. He's kind of overweight, but a very, intelligent young man. Said one of the kids came up to him and said, hey, you're a little chubby, and started kind of telling jokes and things. And he said, hey, I don't want to be bothered, leave me alone. I won't, He said it kept going on. So he told the young man, he said, hey, I don't want to be bothered, but I do want to tell you that I box.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And so he told him that. And so
I warned you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm warning you, like, leave me alone. Needless to say, he told the young man that he boxed, and I think it subsided. I think the young man realized that he really knew boxing, and he stopped messing with it. So I asked Jaden, I said, what happened? He said, Coach, he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Wow.
It doesn't bother me. I said, great. I said, so, boxing, when you tell people, hey, that I'm trained to fight now,
I'm warning you, man.
You know, I mean, you know,
I got a
this,
plan
this,
in my
yeah,
head.
this may not be what you want.
Plan in my head. I'm telling you. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good.
And then our event, I've got another prop that I have that our
Is it this?
yeah, our event, we actually were awarded by our peers the event of the year
Oh yeah.
from the state of Georgia.
Okay.
Now we did 4 tournaments last year, and those tournaments, the one that was in Columbus, Georgia, we had about 510 boxers that came in.
Wow.
We had over a couple thousand spectators that watched that. We had
Oh, that's
sponsorship from Title Boxing. So there's a lot of companies that want to get involved. Sponsorship from Title Boxing. We had sponsorship from, I think, the Burger King that was right next door, and Krispy Kreme that got involved and donated some items. But, I mean, we won the event of the year.
That's
I mean, for the state of Georgia.
That's good.
And then Florida actually gave us a proclamation for Sugarbert Day in Florida,
Really?
in Punta Gorda, Florida. So we're trying to make some strides.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Most definitely. How can people get in touch with you if they wanted to get involved?
Well, they can,
and even women.
yeah.
Come on, ladies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ladies, I mean, again, there are a lot of young ladies that are involved in boxing. Ladies have anger issues too.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
You know, I mean,
Every
you know,
month we go through PMS. We be mad at our men. And this one,
yeah.
yes. All I need, just show me the basics. Just show me the basics.
Just the 1, 2. So, ladies and everyone that wants to get involved and be a part of the program, you can go to Sugarbert Boxing Promotions. There's Facebook on Sugarbert Boxing, Twitter. We're on all of the social media outlets, as well as our website is Sugarbert Boxing Promotions. We also have Paul Murphy Boxing Club, website for Paul Murphy Boxing Club.
Okay.
You've got the contact numbers out there, as well as email addresses. If they want to reach me specifically, my number is, it's 770-883-9536. Again, that's 770-883-9536.
Okay. Are you going to have any summer programs?
Yes. Our summer program starts usually, I think it's the first part of June, and we run all the way through July. We let the kids come over. We also have, sponsors that come in, provide sandwiches, Chick-fil-A, things of that nature, provide pizza from Papa John's and things of that nature. So it's a way that parents don't have to worry about where their kids are going to be at. They know, hey, I dropped them off there at 8 o'clock. They're there. And it's very reasonably priced. You can go to our website, or you can call the gym directly at 770-457-003 and speak with Lisa. But our summer programs are great programs.
And one more thing, what about, I know spring break is coming up. Are you going to have a program for that?
No, we
Not
don't
for
really.
spring break?
We really
Okay.
don't do spring break. I mean, the gym's open. We're
anyway,
open.
yeah.
We're open. We're one of the only boxing gyms that opens at 8 o'clock in the morning, closes at 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Monday through Friday. Saturday we open at 10:30 and close at 3.
Okay. And again, what are the age starting? Who do you accept the ages? Boys, girls, between the ages of what?
Kids, period.
Okay.
Kids can come in at the ages of 5 years old.
5
They
years
start
old.
at 5 years old. We have
Okay.
some that are a little younger, depending on their attention span. But they come at 5 years old, and they and from 5 on up, they start competing at 8.
Wow. Okay.
So you want to get your kids in early, because you don't want to say, oh man, I'm going to introduce my son to boxing at 7. He starts competing at 8, and then he realizes that the kid that he's boxing has been boxing since he was 5.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a good look.
That's not a good look.
Yeah.
So you want to get your kids in early. Get them introduced. I always say with my kids, that I introduce them to everything.
Everything, yeah. They
Let
should
them
be
pick.
exposed. Yeah.
Expose them to everything that you can possibly expose them to that's healthy, of course, and then allow them to pick what they want to do.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Get them involved early.
Yep.
That's when their
It
their
keeps
brains,
them, yeah.
they're just like sponges.
Get them focused.
Yeah.
Get them focused. Keep them focused.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do.
No idle time.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well, is there anything else you need
Well, I
to...
want to thank you. I want to thank you and your staff and team, Relentless, and everyone for setting this up.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys on Top Atlanta.
Yeah, thank
for
you so
having
much
us.
for coming. We
Yeah,
appreciate
we
it.
appreciate it.
And we'll definitely stay connected.
Yeah, let's follow. Make sure everyone follows us on. You can follow us on Sugarbert Boxing Promotions Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter as well as Instagram. So we try to keep our website current and everything. You know, we keep a lot of stuff out there because we've got a lot going on.
I have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to come and check you out and put my gear on. What do I need to wear?
You need to wear your, just
I know
come
I
in,
can't be cute,
come in with
but-
your sweats. Come
Okay.
in with your sweats. You know, you can, you know, don't, you know, take your earrings out.
Of course, yeah.
You know, and we're gonna, and you know,
I'm for real. I'm going to
put your
try. I
running
just want the
shoes on.
fitness part. And then maybe, you know, once I get up to par with the basics and the fundamentals, then, you know, me and him,
we can set that up. We can promote that.
Sometimes I just be wanting
You know, I'm a promoter, right?
Okay.
I can make that. I can make that one happen.
can? Okay.
Yeah, we can put that one in the Grand Ballroom downtown at the
Okay.
Hyatt.
All right.
You know.
Oh, it's going to be big.
Oh yeah, we gonna make it big. Yeah.
It's going to be big. You hear that? Sir?
We'll get Mayor
You hear
Kasim
that?
Reed. We'll get Mayor Kasim Reed on it. You know.
You have been watching.
Get some of these sponsors on. You know.
Yeah,
hey.
we'll definitely get some sponsors
We'll get
on
the
it.
sponsors on this.
Yeah.
You know. Donate the funds. You know, we've got some great charities that I'm sure both of us are involved with that we can, you know.
He's serious too.
You see how I made that happen, right?
You did good.
Real quick.
Yeah,
We'll do
quick.
that one in the summer. I'm already giving you a date.
I love it. All right. Okay, well, that's it, folks. There you have it. Thank you guys for watching. In the meantime, check out our website at ontopatlanta.com. And don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right? Y'all have a good weekend, and we will see you next time on Top Atlanta. Ready?
Be
Be
easy.
easy. Thank you. That was good. That was...